as Sledge, Valkyrie, Lion, and Nook has brought us another amazing design for our newest operator, Grim. This one was an interesting assignment for us because Grim is a very traditional, grounded soldier who might not be seen as a member of Nighthaven at first sight. We see this traditional soldier like Grim standing among all these colorful operators.
خوشم میاد این گریمه واقعا مثل همون اپراتورهای قدیمیه لاتیه.
So again, it creates an interesting question. Why does this guy belong to Nighthaven? What makes Kali trust this guy? It was really fun to explore this character and the designs based on this dynamic. We wanted his design to really reflect the history of Grim's life, the countless battles and missions that he's been through. So we researched a lot of MMA fighters and athletes to really capture that history of a veteran soldier.
MMA
What I personally really like about
پشمام
Grim is
خیلی
that he's
خوبه.
a big, giant, buffed guy that, as far as I
به
remember, we
خدا
don't really
اپراتور
have this
اینجوری
kind of
بده.
silhouette, at least in Asian male characters in our game just yet.
So to create Grim's device, there is something that we always wanted to add into Rainbow Six, and these are microtech gadgets. We thought that there was a very rich fantasy that could lead to really interesting visual experiences. Grim's gadget is made of a few parts. The tracking device is a microtech bot. We call it B-bot. It can fly in the air, it's battery powered, and it can last for a couple of seconds. In idle position, this bot is plugged into a bulletproof electronic canister. And when this canister lands on a valid position, the swarm spreads out of it. This canister is protected by a projectile that can open when it's stuck on a valid surface. And finally, we wanted to play with the mix between low-tech and high-tech to create a unique identity for this operator. And that's why we gave him this over-the-shoulder classic launcher that he used to throw the projectile.
لانچرش لاتیه.
We really like the feeling when you are inside
حاجی
the
با حال
swarm.
پشابت
We really love
میچسبن
this
توی
feeling and we are thrilled to present that to our player today.
همینجا خیلی فکر میکنم باید
It's a over-the-shoulder bazooka kind of launcher. You
آره
equip it similar to what you would do with
ولی رنجش کمه چون یه جا یارو زد جلوش رفت کنار قایم شد باید دقیق بزنی. حاجی اثباتش ذره‌ای نیستش، اثباتش باهات میاد. آره نه مثلا مثل آره دقیقا دقیقا.
And last part is the decay and the debuff that you will have once you leave the swarm. This is the small
یه چیزی تو مایه‌های لاین قدیمه.
You will get pinged 2 times in a short period of time, similar to
ولی
the
آره
decoy that
آره
in the game already.
آره که خودش خوبه اگه چیز میکردش.
3 speed 1 health attacker. And it really goes with the rest of the loadout.
خیلی خوبه.
552 commando as a primary assault rifle. You know how reliable, how good it is. But we also have the shotgun, the SG
میخوره یا حداقل 2 باشه.
The first time that we have an operator that uses
داداشمون سری
a
میدوه.
shotgun and is a 3 speed. If you remember, you remember, but for this time it's the first named operator that we have. In the secondary weapon, we have the P229. For the secondary gadgets, we have the breach charge. It adds a layer of verticality to Grim. You can place the breach charge on the floor, shoot the gadget through the bars, so you're now funneling the defenders from the top floor. So it really adds another layer to this gadget. Or you can go with the Claymore. It's a really natural progression with this gadget. You shoot it in the doorway, there's no one in there because you don't have any marks, or there's no one, you don't hear anyone. You can go place a Claymore now, like you secured something. So it's really like a natural progression of the gadget. Crim's role is part entry. You want him inside the building first.
You have a really
good gadget to hunt down robbers. You have the 3 speeds, so you're as quick as them. You have the good weapon to go to pick those fights, and you have
شاتگان خیلی قویه، خیلی خوبه.
some rooms with your gadget. You shoot this in a doorway, the defenders cannot go in there. Like, you know they won't cross this door, and if they do, everyone on the team will be alerted. We want to have an attacker that is about aggression. We've had operators that were planning heavy, you had to think about what you were doing, but Grims is a bit more on the instinct. You have this launcher that
نه
denies
به
some
نظر من
area,
خوبه
you have
چون
the assault rifle
داستانی که
taking out
هستش
areas. So it's really
فرقی که
you
با
bringing
لاین داره،
fight the
لاین یارو میتونه یه جا بکمپه ولی این دقیقا برخلاف اونه، یعنی
Grim's edge
اگه
always
یکی
succeeds.
کمپیده
So
باشه
if you
چیز
hit
میکنه.
hit
حتی
someone, you will have
اگه
the red
مثلا
mark.
یکی
Everyone on the
میخواد
team will know that there's
میکسش با
something going
لاین
on.
هم باحاله.
If there's nothing, there's no red mark, well, everyone will know that there's no one in there. So you always succeed with this gadget.
آره آره.
Operators like Nomad, Gridlock, they really help you secure the areas that you can attack with the Grim. If you know that there's a defender stuck inside a room and contesting this with Grim would be difficult, you can ask Sense or
یا
have a
مثلا
smoke
مثل
grenade to
پلنتد
block the line of sight so you can have
یا
the
الان
trigger
ببین
there.
دقیقا داره نشون میده خیلی خوبه.
And you know
ولی خب باید ببینی
the opposing team
چند
has a lot of roamers, Caveras, Bandits, Vigil. You can ask the help from Jackal. He can track them down with with their footsteps. So if they move, they leave footsteps. If they move, they might get caught inside Grim Swarms. So it's really a tag team to get around the roamers. Also, you have Lion. Lion really creates this move or don't
بیا
move.
اینم
You
دقیقا
have
داره
the swarm
همون
that is
که من
creeping on you,
گفتم و
but Lion is going off. Do I move?
همون
Do I
که
not
گفتم
move? Like,
و
it creates interesting situations when you have those operators
ببین
against
بدبخت شد
defending team.
میکس
Grim is
لاین
one
و
of the
این.
greatest counter that we have to Grim. For Mute, if the
Oh,
canister is stuck
Mute.
inside the
Ajib.
Mute jammer's
Yeah.
radius, it won't release the swarm at all. So you will have to
آره.
take care of the Mute jammer first before having the effect. If you are standing in the radius
واقعا.
of a Mute jammer and there's a swarm around you, you won't be revealed. If you're affected by the debuff or the DK and you run inside the radius of a Mute jammer, you will be cleansed. You can think of it.
آه مثل دوکیبی میوت برداشته میشه.
Can be caught by Wamai, Aruni, or Jaeger's
آره
gadget.
آره.
Obviously, Wamai is the most fun one because it will displace the effect, but the
نه
other one
دیگه
will get rid of the
فقط
canister
صرفا
all.
مسیرش رو چیز میکنه.
If the canister hits electricity, be it in a barbed wire or on a wall, it will get destroyed. The way we designed Grim's gadget, we made sure that there's a lot of specific timings. You can hear the shot. You will hear it stick. You will hear the canister
Oh,
opening,
خوبه
and then
خوبه.
there will be the swarm. So there's a lot of timings that
تایمرش
you
خیلی
will
چیزه.
learn as you play against Grim, and each one
می‌تونی
of those is a warning that something is happening. So you have, as a player, the choice of running or fighting.
ولی
Grim is a really aggressive attacker.
دقت کنیم معمولا گجت های بولت پروف داره خیلی زیاد میشه.
All of the tools to give you an attacker that is really in the face of defenders. So really an aggressive attacker.
At the launch of the last season, Operation Vector Glare, we let you know that the new map originally planned for this season would be delayed to next season. In the meantime, we've got a little surprise for you. The stadium map from the Road to SI event is entering the map
نه
pool.
اون که آره.
Don't ban it. Don't do it. Don't ban it. More on that later. Game designer Josem El Rene is here to share the good news and the details.
مپ خوبیه میکس دو تا مپ دیگه به نظر من مپ خوبیه. آخه دیلی خورد دیگه مپ نایت هیونه که سیزن بعدی میادش دیلی خورد. آره ولی خب خوبیش اینه که لازمی دیگه یاد بگیری تو میدونی مثلا مپ چیه هم بازی کردی هم مپاییه که میشناسی.
So we asked a couple of pros to workshop and talked with us, and they had a lot of positive feedback about the map. That's pretty much it.
کنم صرفا بره تو پرو لیگ باید ببینی که تو پرو لیگ هم اضافه میشه.
Distributed the spawns so they're equally distributed. And finally we added the game modes, the team deathmatch and the
آره میدونی چرا به خاطر اینکه کلی از چیزا کنسل شد مجبور بودن یه
ranked map or even a casual. It will be available on all players, mainly because it is a familiar yet different feeling.
آره
Two maps that are
یه جورایی آره دقیقا درست میگه.
No, but also there are some flavorful elements like the bulletproof glass, the
ولی
fact
خب
that there
مثلا
are
دقیقا
stickers.
این داستان بولت
So
پروف
it's gonna bring a lot
گلاسش
of
مثلا
exciting
ایسترگای
gameplay for
باحالی
the
که
players.
داشته که
It's
حذف
always fun
نشده
to
باشه
spawn from the gantry,
خوبه.
going down toward the map itself. It's a safe and secure spawn that allows you to enter from.
به نظر من
different
قشنگه اگه
ways.
این کارو کرده باشن چون خیلی خاص میکرد
The
ایسترگ
team is always working on
چیزی
player
بود.
behavior features. It's important to us, and we know it's important to you. Here's Player Protection and Game Security Director Emmanuel Larive to tell you about the next phase of the reputation system, as well as a long-awaited feature, the ability to report cheaters during match replay.
Last season, we introduced
این
reputation
آقا خیلی
penalties
دوستش دارم
by adding
با اون
penalties
لحظهش.
toward the friendly fire. With the new season, we will be adding a
آره.
new penalty for abusive tech chat. So
دقیقا.
the people that are abusing the tech chat by sending hateful and abusive content will be
اوه
detected.
ببین
They will be reported
چیزم
by
اومده
users,
واسه چت هم
and
اضافه شد.
repeated offenders
وایسا.
will be under this new penalty. When the sanction will be triggered on the player, the penalty will occur on several matches. So the person that will be under this penalty will still be able to send text messages. However, only the people that choose to unmute him will be able to see those messages. It's really key that we give player choice to unmute somebody that is
این
under
میوش
this
خیلی
sanction.
خوبه.
When the system will be released, there will be a grace period. During this grace period, only warnings will be triggered, no sanction. After this grace period, repeated offender will be under this penalty. The goal will be to remove and reduce the amount of hateful and abusive content that you are
دانشمون
receiving
بلد این
through
موسشو
the tech
بکشه
chat.
با این
We want to create
داره
a
تیر میزنه
positive
گانش میاد.
environment for everybody. It is key. Communication in your game is key, and we want to provide a safer environment. Match replay
جالب
is a
بود.
great
اوکی.
addition to the game. It allows you to rewatch your match and improve your strategy. However, we heard you. Your voice is really important. So that's why with Season 3, we will be including reporting options. We totally understand that during a live match, you are not sometimes able to report a player. Sometimes the player disconnected, so there is many scenarios. By adding those options to the match replay, you will be able to take the time to review the whole gameplay and report this person. Reporting is really important and key for us. While receiving the reporting, we will be able to investigate and take actions. This will greatly help us to improve our system, but also to better act on those cheaters and distribute the right sanction at the right moment. Your
Alright.
voice is really important. It is key for us. So please continue and use those reporting tools. This new addition to the game will be available on all platforms, PC and console for everybody. The team
آره این هست ولی خب داستانی که هستش کلا چیزه دیگه یوبیسافت تاتی تاتی تا راه میره ولی همین که داره تاتی تاتی باز راه میره باز خوبه بکنم تا آخر امسال اتفاقات خوبی کلا بیافته واسه همین رپیتیشن سیستم و حالا آنتی چیتون اصلا مطمئن نیستم اوه بالانسینگه
We're evolving the way we handle weapon recoil,
آه
which means
ریکویل
the attachments you select will now have a bigger impact. Plus, some of your favorite operators will be getting a new secondary gadget option, the Impact EMP Grenade. On top of that, there's exciting news for Rook and Dokibi. Welcome back, Alexander Karpazis and Javier Sabarico from the
بافر
Battleship team
روک
to tell
میخواد
you
بیاد
more.
بافر روک میخواد بیاد آره
So in Brutal Swarm, this is our season of balance. We're taking a good hard look at our weapon handling and recoil systems, which are scary topics to talk about, but they're very important for our game. One of the biggest changes we're making is separating the balancing between the PC world and the console world. console will now be tuned separately than any other changes that we're doing.
Oh, okay,
And that's to make
okay.
sure that we have player comfort in mind for all of the changes that we do
خب این
want to
خیلی
make
خوبه.
for console.
نه
That means
یه
all
خیلی
the other changes we're talking
چرا
about
دیگه
today
حالا اونایی که
only affect
همچنان با
PC.
دسته دارن بازی
We're making
میکنن
some changes to the recoil system. What we're looking
نمیشن.
at with vertical recoil is
آره
a stepping ladder of phases for these weapons. For ARs and SMGs, you'll see there's 3 phases, and at each
کاملا
phase, you'll get an increase in recoil.
کاملا
For
موافقم.
LMGs, this is even stronger, especially for LMGs on high-capacity magazine weapons. Here, with the horizontal recoil, you can see that the changes aren't as drastic. However, it goes by the same philosophy. The longer that you hold down the trigger, the more horizontal sway that you'll get with any AR, SMG, and LMG.
خیلی
We are
خوبه.
now
اینکه
making sure that
ریکویلا
burst
اینجوری میره
fire
بالا
is the
خیلی خوبه.
favored way
LMG ها رو
to
دیگه
approach any
LMG
kind
میتونی
of
بیاری
one-on-one
ولی نمیتونی
interaction.
دستتو بذاری روش.
We looked at sustained fire, and it has a lot of
آره.
randomness that
دقیقا.
doesn't answer to what the core of Siege is, which is tactical gunplay. So the big difference is here is the longer you pull down the trigger, the more you'll have in recoil. We always want to encourage
این خیلی خوبه.
strategy,
آفرین.
holding the correct angle, and crosshair placement over holding down the trigger and spraying and praying. And that's why these changes are focusing on burst fire, making sure that you make a decisive shot and you hit it, so that we don't reward luck as much as we reward skill in the game. Another reason why this is a big change for us is the idea of bringing customization and the tools to players to make the decisions they want to make.
اینم دقیقا خیلی موافقم. این لودات های سیج قبلا خیلی مهمتر بود. الان خیلی مسخره شده. معمولا واسه بیشتر چیزا توی ورتیکال مندازی با فلش هایدر و همین.
Muzzle brake and flash hiders are coming to all of these weapon families. We're also bringing more grips, angled and vertical, and more scopes than ever before. That means that you can build your loadout the way that you want to play, and it means that you're not stuck with a meta weapon. The other thing we're looking at too is making sure that every piece of customization
این
is
خوبه که همه
meaningful,
بر علاوه
that
به
you
همه
actually
گانا
have
اومد.
real choice between them all. Silencers now will be available without the damage debuff, making it that much more interesting to play with. With all of these
سایلنسر دیگه
changes, we
دمیج رو
have a
کم
new
نمیکنه.
ecosystem of weapons for players
What
to play
the-
with. You can figure out what works for you, and it
برگام.
gives new freedom to how you want to play the
What?
game, and it also focuses on the tactical gameplay that we have in Siege. One of the positive impacts that are going to come out of this is
ریکویل
weapons
نه
that
ریکویل تو
have
شما همچنان
long
زیاده
been
ولی
determined
دیگه
not part of the
دمیجت
meta
کم
or
نمیشه که خودش
forgotten or
اگه بتونی
nerfed
ریکویلت
to
رو
the point where
کنترل
they
کنی
aren't
خیلی
used
خوبه.
anymore, could get a second life. Feedback is always really important for us in Siege, especially when it's something as important as recoil. We organize a creators
Hall of
workshop,
Baza.
bringing people in to experience the gameplay changes, to get their feedback. We had Q&A sessions, and we won't stop there. It's really important for us that we grow on this and that we check to maintain
recoil
the
شه.
health of the meta of the game, and we get all of your feedback as well. These are subtle changes that are changing the way that we can introduce new attachments and new ways to play the game.
میخوام اتچمنت های جدید بیارم. خیلی خوبه. آره بیارید. به نظر من خیلی وقت پیش باید اضافه میشد اتچمنت های جدید. این جدیده.
So that's alternative to Thatcher, that it's the only one that can use the EMP grenade. So that's a little bit what we already do in the game with Maverick, Ivana, or Termite, and we added the Heartbreed secondary gadget. This new EMP grenade will have a range of 2 meters instead of 5 meters of the Thatcher's one. Also, gadgets and electricity will be disabled during 9 seconds instead of 15.
آره.
It will work as an impact, so it detonates on impact.
ببین حاجی داستانی که
Thatcher for
هسته
sure will continue being the main operator to disable electricity.
ببین بستگی به چیز داره دیگه. مثلا اینم هیچ وقت نمیتونه جای تچر رو بگیره. مثلا گجت هارت بریچر رو واسه چیزا. حاجی اوسا خیلی خوب میشه الان. اوسا واو. آره توپولیو مجبورم یه جوری کنم مردم بیارم.
if the operator falls into DBNO while wearing an armor plate from Rook, they will be able to use the withstand ability. Once the withstand animation is finished, the operator will revive with 20 health points. The objective is to give more value to the Rook's armor plate, which can help
داک
us a lot
اصلا
if we
دیگه
fall into
میشه
DBNO
همه
during the
روش
round.
میرن.
The Dokaebi logic bomb was not affecting the operators on the support mode, so from now, the dead operators will be affected as the live ones, but the logic bomb cannot be
عزیزم
interrupted.
داک
With
بیار
this change,
داک
we will
بیار
be
با
giving more importance
تاندربرد.
to Dokaebi's ability and will be more consistent.
We've got two more
نفهمیدم
new features to
دوکیبی
highlight
چی
that are
شد.
coming this season. A new map ban system and a significant upgrade to the tactical map. From our Barcelona studio, here's game designer Robert Cole to share more details.
بابا دوباره نیا کنم.
So right now, the way the tactical map works is that it will show the spawn and objective locations, but it's true that it forces players to remember a lot of information, and even if the attackers find the objective, it will not be shown in the tactical map. We're doing a couple of quality of life changes to display the location of the objective once the attackers find it during the preparation phase. The attackers will also be able to see a list of potential objectives by the defense and also an icon next to the locked objectives. This will help players with their map knowledge, and it will also show previous information.
الان اتکرها وقتی میخوان اسپام بشن میزنه که چیزا کجاست. واسه پلیرهای جدید خیلی خوبه. خیلی خوبه. دقیقا. من مثلا خودم تو امراد پلینز یه ذره مشکل داشتم اوایلش، ولی خب این قضیه خیلی کمک میکنه.
We understand the map ban has room for improvements, and we want to address some of these concerns with these season changes. We're changing the map ban phase to contain 5 maps.
نه حتی پلیرهای قدیمی هم مپ جدید بیاد بلد نیستم. مپ بنم عالیه. اینم خیلی خوبه. بهتر بابا. بهتر.
The final decision will be between the 4 remaining maps.
دقیقا.
If both teams decide not to ban any map, the final decision will be a random between the 5 remaining maps. With this change, we aim at increasing map diversity while also maintaining the player agency of being able to ban maps from the pool. We will continue to monitor the situation and the performance of this change, but also make any adjustments necessary as part of our commitment on increasing map diversity. We know that this will help with map representation, but we also have future plans to tackle the exact problem of new maps being banned.
Before we wrap it up, let's talk Brutal Swarm Battle Pass. Starting this season, the Battle Pass will come with a discount on all items in the shop. And if you like,
دیسکانت باتل پاس اومد.
As a treat. For more details, here's Business Strategy Director Mohammed Benhanada.
We're truly excited to bring back one of the perks that was in the year pass prior. So we're bringing back the shop discount. So what this means
shop
is for
discount
the Battle Pass owners, you'll be able to have the 10% shop discount during the season where you have the Battle Pass.
مثل year pass
For our year pass owners, you will have it up until the end of year 7. This 10% discount will apply on any items on the shop, whether it's on Arsis credit or Renown. So this means alpha packs, collection packs, elites, or esports items. All of this will be at a 10% reduction. We know that Siege is a game that is best played with your friends. So we want you to be able to also experience the Battle Pass with one of your friends. So during Season 2, we soft-launched the Buy for a Friend feature for the Battle Pass. We're more confident in the system now, so in Season 3, we're deploying it everywhere. So what this means is that for you, as a player, you'll be able to purchase the Battle Pass for one of your friends. For the moment, buying the Battle Pass for one of your friends is actually only for the same platform as you. But looking in the future, once we'll be cross-platform and cross-progression, this is something that we'll be looking at. The only condition that you have for buying a Battle Pass is that you have to be friends with a person for more than 90 days for now. So the buying for a friend is a feature that we'll be looking into expanding to other type of categories in the future. So maybe we'll look into esports items, elites, but for now, we'll gather your feedback on how it performs around the Battle Pass.
Be sure to share your feedback on Arrsix Fix, and thanks for sticking around to the end for our One More Thing. Castle Elite. Enjoy.
Castle Elite. La pausa. متریکس همون متریکس ها همه چیزها رو جا خالی دار. این سالی لاتی ها سیست لاتی.
And there it is, the future of Rainbow Six for the next few months is
nice.
out. Everybody now
سیزن
can
خوبی
tell.
بود.
Brutal Swarrm is coming. No God, the
سیزن
beast
خوبی بود.
is all I'm gonna say.
I'm remembering the old Oprah gif specifically. You know, the one just swarming the studio. Yeah. Bees!
Bees,
Yeah.
exactly.
Bees.
That's what we're getting. And that's the future. I want to talk about it for just a second.
چی سیزن یا اپراتور؟ من به نظرم خیلی خوب بود. هم اپراتورها خوبه، یعنی یه جاهایی واقعا نیاز میشه، مخصوصا زمانی که داری پلنت میکنی. من خیلی خوشم آمدش که میتونستی مثلا بزنی، هر کی داشت پوش میداد. آره نه به نظرم میگم اتکرها رو که باهاش حال کردم کلا، مخصوصا زمانی که واسه پلنت و اینا استفاده میشه به نظرم باحال بود. کلا هم سیزن به نظرم تغییرات خوبی اومد، ریکویل خوب بود، رپیکیشن سیستم، مپ تاور. آره اه، رنگ سیزن بعدی میاد، رنگ جدید. دیلی خورد دیگه واسه همین، چون دیلی خوردهش در سیزن سه هست. همین کانت اون اون دیگه امیدوارم نخوره، چون قرار بودش یه بار خورده. چی بگی؟ ببین در کل داستانی که هستش همه اینا چیزای خوبیه که اومده و همشون خیلی قدیمتر میتونستن بیان و خوب بودش که خیلی قدیمتر میمدن. مثلا الان اومدن یه دور واسه ریکویلا زدن که اتچمنت جدید بیارن، که در حالی که ما الان مثلا چندین سال هیچ اتچمنت جدیدی نداشتیم. جایی که من یادمه هیچ داشتیم، مثلا همیشه اینا بودن همش. اسکوپا رو حساب نمیکنم. آره نه من اصلا اونا رو چیز نمیکنم توی برل و اه، مثلا گریپ ها و اینا هیچی ما نداشتیم، یعنی همیشه همین بوده که نه ولی بقیه چیزا همون- ولی یه نکته باحال که بخوام بگم اینه که اتاکر جدیده اسمی سه خیلی خودش خفنه. اه، آره 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 خوبه. ببین این گان آیکیو همیشه یکی از گانای مورد علاقه من بوده، ولی خب گانای مثلا خفنتری هم داره، میدونی مثلا 50 تیرش یکی از بهترین گانای بازیه. قاعدتا مثلا مردم هم نمیرن چیز بکنن مثلا این وسطیه رو همه صرفا انتخاب کنن، شاید یه سری باهاش راحت تر باشن مثل من یا مثلا مثل خیلی بیارن، ولی صرفا باز مثلا نمیرم. ولی اینکه مثلا دادنش به یه اپراتور جدید اونقدر همیشه هم نمیتونه، میدونی چیز بدی نیست. طرف مثلا میتونه بیاره استفاده کنه یه گان جدید، شاید انقدر خوشش بیاد و انقدر اون گانه مینش بشه که فردا آیکیو هم با هم اون بیاره. آره 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 دقیقا. ایشالله سیکس میجر بعدی رو من میرم اونجا. سیکس میجر بعدی اونجا نزدیک لایو میبینیم. آره. آره. حالا بیشتر میان بچه ها بکنن و اینا. آره آره حتما. من اصلی راجع به دوکیبی هم فهمیدم چی شد. میخوای اونو بگم بعد نظرتو بگو. دوکیبی مثلا اگه الان وقتی زنگ میزنه فقط رو آدمایی که تو بازی زندن تاثیر داره دیگه. آدم مردن تاثیر نره. ولی توی این حالت چیز توی این بافی که شده روی آدمای مردن تاثیر میتونن این. آره نمیتونه. حالا نمیدونم دقیقا منطقش کجاست. داستان اینه که تو اون تایم نمیتونن اینفو بدن به هم تیمیاشون. میدونی. آره 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 دقیقا اونم واسه اون مدت زمان گوشیش انگار داره زنگ میخوره. بالا نمیدونم صداش هم غالبا میاد دیگه ولی نمیتونه قطع بکنه چون خب گوشی دستش نیستش که دکمه رو بزنه. میدونی خب یه ذره منطقا نمیدونم. آره چی جوریه ولی خب باید اون تایمر بگذاره. آره آره. آره. ام. آره. نه منم چیزی ندارم دیگه، چیزی باید میگفتم و گفتم. آره نه سیزن خوبیه، ایشالا که هر کم پلی می به رنگی که میخواد برسه و اونا. آره دیگه در حالی که ایشالا بتره کنید. حالا بچه‌هایی که پیج منم دارن میدونن من نیستم چند وقتی که برمیگردیم پستای پیج دوباره برمیگرده، راجع به سیزن هم واسهتون بیشتر میذاریم و برام اینجا واسهتون سرور هم میذاره در حال که میتره کنید. دمتون گرم کسایی که لایک دادن سمت ما. خدافزی اصلی با صاحب است. بررسی و شبتون خاطر اینجا شب باشه اینجا شب